I'm that girl who is completely surrounded in love, because that's how I choose to live and see things. And yes, that may sound all love and light and bullshit, but the reality is I can love all of my lessons. I can love all of the obstacles in my way to teach me to empower myself and to grow and evolve. I love that. I love that. I am not afraid of growing. I am not afraid of expanding my mindset and my knowledge and my wisdom and everything. I'm not afraid of growth at all. At all. In fact, I embrace it and I approach every day with passion and drive and dedication to find out, what am I supposed to learn today? What is going to empower me to be a better version of myself for today? Knowing that each day I choose to have this perspective, each day that I try to grow and expand and have a positive awareness and a positive perspective on life, it will keep growing me. It is baby steps, my friends. It is baby steps to get to the bigger expansion, the bigger awareness, the bigger higher frequency vibration. It's fantastic. And I highly recommend it for all of you. And as much as I wish that I could just give you all of this, give you all of that, and give you some of this, I can't do it for you. You have to make choices every day. Are you going to see things as a loving lesson, even though we all know lessons are not always sunshine and roses. Sometimes lessons are conflict. That doesn't feel nice, does it? How can we love conflict? Well, when we come from a loving place, knowing this is a lesson, are we going to choose to lose our moral compass, hate on that person, judge that person, and just have a massive knee-jerk reaction that just only makes us look like a big jerk? And so watch your knee-jerk reactions. We all love to be hot-headed. We all love to be so freaking passionate about something. We want to scream it at the top of our lungs. But does that help? And does that help connect those who are wanting us to connect? Because often those people who are still reacting with those knee-jerk reactions, they're coming from a hurt place, a confused place, a vulnerable place. So do we need to add more to their challenges? Sometimes we do. That is just fact. Sometimes we are being pushed by our teams with love to trigger the bejesus out of someone, not because we want to hurt them at all, not because we even want to trigger them, but there is something pushing us. This happens to me quite often, and I don't like it. I feel very uncomfortable because I don't want that person to go through a trigger. But zoom out, my friends. What is a trigger? A trigger is an opportunity to overcome and grow from and learn from, experience from. We have to be wibbling in this wind, being that tomato plant, getting stronger. I'm not going to break. We're unbreakable. We're going to be strengthened and enameled. Is that what they were saying? Anyway, so exciting. And I just want to keep lovingly remind you, it's choices to see things from all perspective points. When you get fixated and focused on one thing or one subject matter or one hardship or one part of your awakening, fantastic. Now grow and expand from it. See the lessons there, see the experiences there, and then use and apply the metaphysical information that you know, your spiritual information, to know we are souls in meat suits, having 3D lives right now, honoring our life contracts that we chose, not just for our own souls, but for everyone that's in our lives, everyone that we can reach and touch and love and inspire and encourage is all probably in our life contracts, all signed up for this too. And I know many people who have got life contracts with other people to trigger them awake if they haven't got to a certain point Their contracts are, don't let me be asleep this lifetime. It was so annoying. And so, bingo, triggering, seeds are sown. And it's extraordinary times. It's fantastic times when we can see things quickly from the bigger perspective. Trusting we're so protected, trusting this is one lifetime of many. But this is a significant lifetime, isn't it? And we all can feel that. We all can see that. We know that this is bigger than normal. This is a worldwide event right now. So why is it? Question, why is this happening all around the world at the same time? Why is there so much strength in communities? Why is there so much division? Why? And we know why. We've heard this many reasons why this is happening in other sessions that we've had, regardless of the client, regardless of the location of the client, it's still the same information that we get and have been getting for 2 years. Big times, big, fantastic times. And have you contacted your intern recently? Have you tried to find your own practitioner who is doing this for the love of people, not for the love of money, not for the love of anything else, but to empower you and to empower themselves to be of service for humanity? Like every industry, there is people with different agendas doing their work. So you know those who are passionate, you know those who are doing their due diligence, doing their own, taking on board their own responsibilities to do their own inner work. I ranted and raved about that yesterday. And unfortunately, I'm not going to feel bad for calling out those practitioners who still think that just because they can get to talk to a subconscious that they know what they're doing. With much love. Check your egos here, my friends. Your clients are trusting you to be in a professional level, to have done enough of your own inner work that you have overcome all of your own insecurities and egos and all this stuff to simply be of service. I feel like they really want me to talk about something that a lot of people, when they start discovering this information about this shift, all panic into. Holy crap, they say. Okay, so this is happening. I'm going there. I'm going to a new earth. Okay. Gosh, I can't leave my kids behind. No, I'm out. Okay, you don't need to know this information about the shift going to new earth to go there. It's not that there is no key to getting to new earth apart from raising your vibrations, having it in your life contract, and to be choosing to have a higher moral compass and to not be stuck in fear and density and be part of the problem and not the solution. And I know that what we could think of as being people who are part of the problem, they're actually part of the solution too, when you see the bigger scope of it, to see that they needed to play those bad guy roles to have something to push upon to people to grow. As we know, on Thursday in New Zealand, we had a profoundly horrific, heinous, disgusting, dense experience for everyone to be traumatized and triggered into, for everyone to realize we've had enough of this now. This is absolutely gone on. This is ridiculous. This cannot occur, and now something has to happen from it. So, of course, from density exploded community. More people coming together, unity. And we have to have this piece of shit in our history to happen for us to really step up. And otherwise, if it was just a beautiful experience with no challenges, it was just a smooth road, people would have it would have fizzed out. It wouldn't have got us motivated. It wouldn't have made us want to step up and to support that this is not going to happen, and we're going to make sure it never happens again. So much to say. I'm still in this emotional roller coaster myself, so I'm not immune to it, because I don't want to be immune from it, because I realize I have to go there every day, as I have been, and being able to talk to people and connect with people at a really personal one-on-one situation. I love it. Amazing people, utterly utterly beautiful gifts to humanity there of being profound service right now. And what I have been noticing consistently is this is massive talk therapy. Everyone has got the freedom to share. And I'm talking to people who have been fully protected with the immunizations and fully not. And we're all standing there without masks on, laughing, dancing, having a blast of a time, being fed ridiculous amounts of delicious home baking, and just feeling connected. And just, it's a social party. It's fantastic. It is so it's so rewarding being there, because you just get to meet these incredible people that we would never have ever stumbled across unless this event, other than this event. Sorry, I'm still in this love bubble, because I've just discovered and stumbled so many fantastic people who are Kiwis, and I am so proud of my country, and I am not ignoring the rest of the world. I love you all equally, but it's just so significant why I chose to be here on this planet at this time, in this country at this time, and why I'm in this city at this time. It's not a coincidence. It's not an accident. It's a gift for me to experience it. And I want to be able to do the best I can and put my priorities right. And it's so motivating. And I have to be here to be working in the 3D, to be supporting people, because we're still in a 3D. And I still have to do physical things to support people in the physical, and to be able to lend my ears, my love, my support, and my encouragement to all. And while I am not an expert in anything, really, I am an expert in love. And I'm an expert in respecting people and hearing people and acknowledging people profoundly, and making people feel like they are respected, their voices matter, their experiences matter, and all is perfectly supported. And these lessons have to be unfolded. We have to see for ourselves corruption. We have to see for ourselves a darker agenda, to be able to truly awaken and keep wondering, if this is happening now, what else has been happening, and what else is happening behind the scenes that we're completely not aware of. Fascinating times, extraordinary times, in fact, because the vibration of everyone being there, not just here in Wellington, but all capitals, many capitals around the world are having the same experiences. And that is unity, that is connection, that is raising vibrations at a profound rate. There is no other hidden agendas to these meetings, apart from expression, apart from wanting to make certain people be accountable for their manipulation, their control, their dishonesty. So it's just accountability time, my friends. We're all going to be accountable for our choices that we make. And it is extraordinary, and we can support all who are on this journey with us. And I love it, and I love it, and I love it, and I love it, and I love it. And I could just say that all day long, because the grand awakening was never going to be simple and easy. It was going to be challenging and a bumpy emotional ride, roller coasters with twists and turns. And it was just going to be a profound experience, which we all signed up for, to be of service for here now. And so, sorry, I'm sidetracking this one today. So in terms of doing hundreds of these sessions, hundreds of quantum sessions, either it's QHHT or BQH sessions. I have listened to so many people, and if I had to write the top 10 questions that people would want to know, it's all sort of quite consistent. A lot of people are worried about their kids, their animals, sometimes their husbands. You know who you are. So I'm not judging, we have priorities. And so, it is fantastic. And I love all my clients, because they are so fantastic. So Anyway, I am truly blessed and honored. So yeah, the people that are in my life are just amazing, and I just feel so lucky and just so humbled, and I could cry for days just feeling so overwhelmed with love. So anyway, getting to the topics of the top questions that people want me to ask their subconscious for them, through them, in their sessions of quantum healing. Often when they started hearing about this shift, because sometimes they don't even know about this shift. So they're asking certain things about, why has their career got no taste anymore and lackluster, and they feel like they need to be doing something else and they should be moving and all this sort of stuff. The subconscious will say to them, yeah, it's really purposeful why you are stopping your job, wanting to move, blah, 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 blah. And so I will be like, oh, subconscious, well, why? What's happening? Little Miss Naive Joe's questions, just because I want the subconscious I want to know if the subconscious is wanting my client to know the bigger stuff. So I know that if I directly stated out, big questions to my subconscious, so my client's subconscious, and the subconscious is like, what do you think you're doing, Joanne? This person's not ready for this information. It can happen, and I have stumbled across that, before in sessions where the subconscious has very firmly said they're not ready to hear this now. And so it's like, okay, loud and clear. I'm not going to try to push and twist the subconscious, especially when my client's not asking for certain information. That's really a breach. So, I have asked, given what I know, I have asked the subconscious, so they're not wanting to do their jobs anymore and their bodies are physically breaking down for it, or whatever. What can you tell my client about this, subconscious? Why is my client wanting to move, change their whole career, and they have this drive and passion to do something else, which they don't even think it exists in this world that they know. There is a calling, a deep drive, a deep longing to do something else, and they don't know what it is. And of course the subconscious is like, well, you know what it is, Joe. And I'm like, I know, but we're letting this client be guided to see what is going on. And so the questions that I have for the subconscious is really significant, because I have to respect the subconscious and my client, but also guide them in a really safe way. So I'm going to ask the subconscious, why can you help us? Can you help the client understand why subconscious? And they will, it's like this, they ponder it, like, are they ready to know this? What do you think are the guides? Should we give them the big truth bomb now, or should we just give them small bite-sized pieces of information? Often it's bite-sized pieces of information. Often the client comes back and says, it was almost like they were trying to hint that there was something big coming, Joe. What did you make out of that? Because I was listening back to the session, and it feels like they were trying to say there was something big coming and that I needed to do certain amounts of work. I think I've done that work. What is this? What can you share with me? And instead of me saying, well, sit down, my friend, I'm going to tell you a massive story about what is going to happen to this planet and humanity, I just say, let's have another session. Because me telling them the whole big information can really shock them. And as we know, even Dolores said, sometimes wisdom and information and knowledge is poison to certain people at certain times of their lives. I don't want to poison anyone. Our governments are doing it for us. Ooh, she went there. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I don't want to poison anyone with information that they're not ready for. And I know that lots of people freak out when they hear about the shift, because they think, not without my children, not without my pets, not without my shoe collection, a whole lot of stuff people, jump into fear and worry about. Fantastic times, love that worry and fear, because we can unpack it. You don't have to be afraid. You can trust your whole life contracts are already pre-organized to go in the destinations you want to go on. And I know our children are super adorable and we're super, super, super attached to them. But remember, you've had probably quite a few other lifetimes, and you've probably got 24 other children that you equally love that you've forgotten about in other lifetimes. So perspective, my friends, perspectives. Your whole soul family who are not here on this physical planet is so excited for you to evolve. because then you get to remember them. Because right now, with your veil of forgetfulness, you have forgotten them. They're not taking it personally, but you will not go without. You will not be in lack. You will not miss out when you shift. You will gain abundance of remembrance, of knowledge, of wisdoms, of family, soul family friends. We've got huge soul family friends. We have so many, you wouldn't even be able to count them. I know so many people ask, oh, who's in my soul family? And they're just like, does she have, it's like looking at a telephone book. The subconscious is like, oh, you're asking this question? Wait a minute, let me have a look. And it's like, where do you start? So we break it down. Who in this lifetime do they know is in their soul family? That's a good starting point. So I love all of these sessions, but remember, practitioners, your questions have to be really well thought out. So hear what your clients are wanting, but know what you're asking. And so if you're asking the subconscious, can you just tell them all who's in their soul family now? The subconsciouses are not going to be able to do that. And so therefore you are not going to be able to get what they're wanting, your clients are wanting. So you have to know this information. You have to understand how these sessions work, how they work for this to work. And so, it's a journey. It's a journey. I'm certainly no expert in this myself, but I have worked really hard and diligently for over 2 years understanding this. Not so then I could just brag about this, but because I still honor my clients that I see daily. I still love them so much. Even my future clients that I don't even know of yet, I'm still working really hard to be the best version of myself so I can understand this really well. And so when I get the opportunity to have sessions with them, I know I have got the best of my abilities in my tool belt to help them. And it's not me sharing my own wisdom. It's me knowing how to work these systems to be able to get the best for my clients. And the best for my clients is hearing through themselves, channeling their own higher selves, subconsciouses, collectives, whomever they need to contact and be through, and whether it's a departed loved one who is sitting right beside them saying, could you stop grieving? Because I'm here. And I've always been here. Focus on your life now. The life that you're in now is important. We're going to see each other again soon. Focus, focus, focus. And this is a big thing everyone needs to get over. And when we all have our own choices and our own life contracts to go to either New Earth or another 3D planet or somewhere else, a home planet, blah, 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 blah. We've got so many destinations, so many opportunities. While it may not be your best desired wish, you have to respect all life contracts. And so when some families are going to different destinations, it doesn't mean that's it. You're dead for each other. Not at all. You're always able to connect. And when we all go back to source, because our souls are forever and we're all part of each other and it's all capable, so easy to check in on each other, feel into each other, connecting in, opening up those conversations, and you can feel them deeply and know they're okay. There is nothing to worry about. Death is one chapter of many little steps that we experience, but it's a death of the body. You don't mourn the body truly on the other side. You just think, oh, wow, that lasted me for a while. Fantastic. What's next? What next can I embody? Or do I actually want to not have that density for a while and just be jazz hands gorgeous in my crystalline body? Whatever you choose. But right now we're so attached to our physical lives, our physical families, because it's important. We have to support them. We have to be playing out this 3D to encourage and support everyone. And if you have almost taken your family for granted a little bit and suddenly this triggers you thinking that you could be separated from them in different planets, in different dimensions, fantastic, because you're going to really pay attention to them more. You're really going to know how much they love you and you love them. And you're really going to be focused. And I think sometimes this is why people get this information to trigger them, to snap them out of their assumptions that they've got forever to dawdle on this life. We don't. We've got a very close ticking date with destiny in terms of our evolution. So use your time wisely, use your choices wisely, empower yourself. It's extraordinary how much growth people can make in an hour. It's extraordinary how much growth people can make in a day, a week, and a month. So don't be frustrated with yourself if you think, why didn't I know this information beforehand? This would have been so much more easier. Well, you know, it's all divine timing. You were not ready for it. You still needed to have all of those fun experiences under your tool belt, in your history, in your awareness, in your knowledge, to be able to then draw upon, so then you could be able to be of profound connection and service to people who you meet daily. Everything is significant. And if you've been too distracted to focus, and you're supposed to focus and be awoken, it's going to happen. Your teams are working super fast, super hard to push you and guide you and lovingly support you to get to where you're supposed to be going. And sometimes we are doing that kicking and screaming and complaining that the world's so hideous and horrible and F my life. But with love and maturity and spiritual wisdom, you can see that this is super purposeful. So embrace the lessons and embrace the challenges, and honor those people who had to play those roles to push you and poke you and guide you to growth. You know, we always think it was horrible that we had to grow and learn that people are dishonest. How hideous, how hideous. Actually, thank you for that lesson, because I will remember that for the next time when I get that sense about someone, and then realize again, this is the same frequency. It's the same integrity. It's the same blah, 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 blah. We don't need to run away from people who have been dishonest. We can definitely hold them accountable and not be fooled, and not empower them and enable them to think that they can get away with that kind of behavior. And so putting that mirror onto people, they hate that. They really do, because they want to just spread their hurt feelings and be that reactionary jerk to others, and not have to be responsible for it. And they've had that behavior since children, and they've gone away with it. And so we're stopping them. We are stopping them. And so with love, you can stop them in their tracks and call them out for their behaviors. We may be the seed of maybe a dozen other people that need to be able to do that for them. But we can't just walk away when we see bad behavior. We have a responsibility to make them know that we're very aware, and we're not judging them for their bad behavior. It's an observation. So, yeah, so much to say. I have to go, and I feel like this is a big, long chat. So anyway, exciting times. It is so extraordinary for all of those people who are listening to this today on my side of the world. Happy Valentine's Day, my friends. I love you forever. And if you are going to be listening to this at another time, same goes. Always love. Love always wins. Love is so powerful. It's the highest frequency that we can tap into, and it is just well worth it. So choose wisely. And then for those people who are listening to it today, but it's your 13th, happy birthday to someone. And then also, enjoy your Valentine's Day for your tomorrow. It is a day of remembrance of what the beauty and the joy of love is. Love is a gift, and we love it. And this is our natural frequency that we usually reside in. So let's not just keep it for one day and just focus on it for one day. Let's just keep within our hearts that Valentine's Day and the concepts of it, apart from the materialism that drives me mental, the concepts of love is beautiful. And that should be where our foundations of our daily drive, our daily passions all stemmed from. So embrace yourselves, empower yourselves, love your water, and be kind to yourselves, and know that You're very capable of profound things. Once you believe that you can, and once you choose to make those choices to step in the right direction. Love you guys.